Hey guys, a quick update for 2020. We're looking at the Bulls Lakuba Evo Lite. Last year, this bike had a Blox CI display. This year, they have a new one from Topology. It's called the DS103. It's color. It's got a really compact, clicky, nice little button pad here. They said this one is a little bit easier to read because it's color, also a bit more reliable. I wanted to go through this with you so that if you've got the new model, you'll know how to operate it properly and just talk about some of the cool features. So the first thing to do is power it on. We just press that button and it takes a minute. Something I kind of noticed earlier and had me wondering. There we go, it's on. And now I'm going to hold the M button right away because that's how you get to the settings menu. It took me a while to figure this out. I actually got some help from Joaquin on their team because it was like, how do I get to this thing? You have to do it within the first 10 seconds or so. If you hold that M button, you get all kinds of options here. So we can change the background color. You can kind of invert it so it could be dark or bright. Units, we're in miles per hour. We're in the US right now for this. Backlighting, clock, set a password so you can keep people from tampering with your bike. Battery info. This is interesting. You can go in here and get a percentage readout. That does not display on the main readouts. Okay, so you have to kind of go into the menus here, the settings, to get the percentage, which to me is a bit of a bummer. Chime in the comments if you know how to do this. I'm going to get to that in a minute. System info, reset. Okay, so that's kind of it. And unfortunately, you can't cycle around. You have to go all the way back up to the top. Exit. Now that the bike's on, and we've waited a few seconds here, if I hold the M button again, see, it doesn't go to settings. It goes to this clean data. So this is where we'd reset the trip distance, trip time, average speed, max speed. So I already reset it earlier. Experimenting with this thing, I'm just going to hit no. The regular readouts on this are a battery infographic here. It's these 5 bars. So each one of those bars represents 20% step, way less precise than the percentage that we saw in the settings menu. But in order to get to that, you have to power the bike down, power it on, hold the M button, get into the settings. So that's a bummer. I wish that it listed battery percentage here. We've also got like trip time. We've got this little bar that indicates power level when the bike is actually being used in an assist level. So right now it's off. So this is just giving you feedback about your battery level, your trip distance, and it's letting you operate the lights. If I hold the up button for a few seconds, you get the light icon right there, and then you can see this nice headlight right here with the side cutouts from Fushan. I like that a lot. Another little secret here is if you hold the down arrow, you get walk mode. So there we go. I like this bike a lot. You know, it's got a belt drive, an internally geared hub. It's very approachable. It comes in the 3 different frame styles from Bulls. The Wave, what they call low step, I call it mid step, and then high step if you want something that's a little bit more sporty and stiff. So some of the other readouts here are current speed. It's in miles per hour, but we saw earlier that we could change that to kilometers per hour. Trip time and distance. If I press the M button, it cycles through to odometer and range. Now, range is dynamic, and it's pretty cool. It's a lot like some of the other mainstream systems. If we press the up arrow, so we go to eco mode, and now see our range goes to 98 miles. Remember, we're at 71% on this battery, so it's pretty efficient. Go to eco. Tour is yellow. Sport is sort of an orange, and turbo is red. So again, if you're way up here and you can't read some of the lettering, even though this is a 3.5-inch TFT display, you can't always read the lettering or what level of assist it is. So the colors give you some feedback. I feel like they could have gone with blue or something instead of so many yellows and oranges. They kind of blend together, but you can see that, it is, you do get a bit of a difference. There's some contrast between the different settings. So I think that's pretty much it. If I press the M button one more time, average speed, max speed, and then it just cycles back to trip time and distance. So that is it. I searched this for a micro USB port. I saw on the Topology website that it did say micro USB, but I couldn't find one anywhere. So maybe that's a separate option. It also said Bluetooth, but I didn't see that in any of the menus or settings. My goal here was just to go over this quickly and teach you how to get into the settings menu and just give you an update since this is a carryover model for 2020. And really that's the primary difference. So for more information, I'll have a link in the description back to the EBR forums. Please chime in if I missed something or if you have something to add or correct, and I'll see you out there on the trail. Love you guys. Ride safe. See you next time.